set, bro.
From your Spaceship Music Collective, this is Six Set Bro, a misguided adventure through the social fringe of the music industry. I'm your host, Dom Maple. Welcome everybody to Six Set Bro Live. It's Wednesday night. I think it's Wednesday. We missed last Wednesday, but we're back this week. It's a music and entertainment podcast, and I'm your host, Dom Maple. I am joined by the two bros that I'm always joined by. One of them is an actual brother, an actual biological brother. We found each other after birth, and have been brothers ever since. True story. Our mother brought us together, and father. He was part of that too. He was part of that interaction, and we sort of met up there, and we've been pretty close ever since. It's the one and only Michael Ledgerwood, aka Mike, aka Hungry Ghost, aka Money. Mike, hit him with that cash register sound effect. Because he's making bank on this podcast. He's got so many sponsorships. I was trying to make one up, but I can't think of any. Tim Biebs, we talked about that in the last episode. Justin Bieber teamed up with Tim Hortons. Mike has teamed up with Costa Coffee and made his own money latte. I don't know. I can't think of anything clever.
The non-coffee drinker.
That's the thing.
Do I have to drink the coffees in the advert? Because that's not going to sell it to people.
But that's what's so special about it is there's no coffee in it.
Right.
Get the money Mike latte. The money latte. No caffeine, no coffee, just milk.
No point.
Warm milk and froth.
That's the tagline.
No caffeine, just milk. No point. I am also joined by a very special man, not biological brother, but spiritual brother, we could say. He is one of the best guys I know, and he's, if you're watching live, he's got like a very sensual pink background.
I just couldn't be bothered. I can't find my remote to change it.
You've got your smart light. Your smart light is giving you some pink glow, seducing the ladies all night long. It's the one and only Andrew Fernandez, a.k.a. Nandez.
Have you
Always forget how long it goes on for.
have you changed that? Did it used to
No.
double over?
Yeah.
Did it used
There's
to
always-
echo? Oh, right.
There's always a delay on it.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely haven't changed it. It's just too. It's like all my sound bites are too long. I know that.
No, I thought because
you know that going in.
because I could hear two. It was like that, and it doubled over in like a section. I thought you had added like an effect to it.
No, to be honest, I think the way I've just plugged in the soundboard is actually better now. I think you're actually getting stereo. I think it was mono before, and you probably weren't hearing it properly, but now it's in stereo. So
Listening in Dolby.
big old upgrades up in here. It's like that THX thing. It does sound like the start of like a movie or something whenever you hit Nandez. If it just like went into the high frequency THX surround sound thing. Like that stupid thing. Right, okay, traditional that I've never done before. Wine pour to start the show. Today, I'm having a
Can't
nice
even
Australian Shiraz.
My drink's the same color as my background.
It looks like you're drinking rosé.
It's blackcurrant.
I wish it was rosé out of a pint glass.
That's classy.
Well,
man.
that's where I'm at on a Wednesday.
Yeah. I
How
get
y'all
that.
doing?
It's
How's
actually
everybody else doing?
it's the what do you call that? The purple drink.
Purple drank, lean,
Fucking lean.
lean,
Cough syrup and everything in here.
cough syrup, a little bit of codeine, a little bit of
Robitussin.
wine, Robitussin,
Some
just for
Sprite.
good measure.
I think they add Sprite to it too.
Lean is essentially, I feel like there's no real mixture for lean. You just need to make sure it's like codeine and wine, and that's about it. Don't drink that, kids. It'll kill you.
Codeine. Is it codeine wine Sprite ice cubes?
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think as long as codeine in any drink is gonna be good, right? I'm pretty sure that's the part. Don't even need the drink necessarily. Could just go codeine in an after shot of Coca-Cola. Call that something. Maybe that'll be my branded drink. The maple syrup and a codeine tab. Yeah. Okay. Let's do an ASMR wine pour. So you can probably hear the tannins in that. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
The what?
Really,
the tannins?
You gotta let the tannins breathe. I don't know what it means, but I know to say it around people when I have wine.
We should get Phil on for a wine tasting guest episode.
Yeah, Phil would probably be able to tell us. Phil is
he's qualified, isn't he?
Yeah. For anybody watching, Phil played guitar. He played guitar in Don Maple. He's played guitar with me and Mike and our old band Hit the B-Bun. But yeah, he knows a lot about wine. He brewed some wine himself before. Now,
what was his stage name?
Smoothie Shepherd.
Smoothie Shepherd.
Yeah, sorry, we called him Phil. That was stupid. We should have called him Smoothie Shepherd. There's so many like aliases on this show, and in my life, I think we all have different names now. Don Maple, Money Mike, and Nandes. And Mike has two. He's also the Hungry Ghost as well. So I feel like I need like
identity crisis.
Another alias that I could use for other projects. I don't know. Come up with something. Yeah, I should say that although Phil did brew wine, it was in like a kit, like make your own wine kit. So I don't know how much that counts. And he had some really horrible visceral names for them that I won't repeat on this show. Because he named them all as well. Of course, you got to name your wine whenever it's done. Although saying that, I did actually. I've met a guy recently through my new job, and he's like, not go around naming names on the show for people who don't know I'm talking about them. But he genuinely brews his own wine, and I really want to try a bottle of this thing because apparently the percentage in it is like insanity. Another guy that works in that place has tried it and said it like blew his head off. He said it was like it is wine though. It's like nice wine, but I think it's like almost 20% wine or something nuts. Because he actually sits and ferments it and makes it himself. I'm like, that's crazy that you do stuff like that. I can't be bothered. That seems like way too time consuming. But I feel it makes you immediately more interesting though. If you walk into a conversation, that's how he got my attention. He walked into a conversation and started talking about how he brewed his own wine. I'm like, I'm all ears for this. So I'm going to start telling people that I do. We'll just use that as like a conversation starter. I'll steal it from this guy. I'll be like, yeah, I brew my own wine. It's no big deal. Don't worry about it.
What's that, vineyard? Yes, I have my own vineyard. Of course.
You could call it that. It's also a back garden. The vineyard. That's its alias. My back garden, a.k.a. the vineyard, a.k.a. the front garden. I don't know. Quick fire news. We got to do it. It's the way we start every show up on this podcast. This is where you get all your music and entertainment news. And although we definitely talk about super important things on this show, sometimes, I mean, most of the time we don't. Occasionally we touch on important topics. We like to give you like a little breakdown of, you don't have to go on Rolling Stone. You don't have to go on Enemy or Complex or all these places. We've just condensed it down and we give you news quick and fast. Just like you like it. So here we go. Quick fire news, everybody. Let's do it. Welcome to Six Set Bros Quick Fire News. I'm your lead anchor, Donald Maple, joined by my co-anchor, Money Michael. And of course, who could forget Andrew Pedro de Jesus Fernandez Nandez with sports. And I always say that, and there's never any sports talk. Let's get into it, baby. First story. Grammy nominations are out now. Grammys are going to take place at the end of January, I believe, 2022. And it would have been at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, but the Staples Center recently renamed itself to probably the worst arena name of all time. It is now called the Crypto.com Arena, and that's where the Grammys will take place. I was about to say this year, but I mean next year. So Grammys next year, January 2022, at the Crypto.com Arena. Although that's not really much of a story, I was going to talk about it afterwards. So, I mean, there's loads of nominations up for the Grammys. Usually, this thing is pretty pointless and doesn't make any sense. And I don't really get excited for it, but it's music related, so we got to talk about it, I guess. Have you guys looked at the nominations at all?
Depends what category you're about.
Yeah, I seen.
Yeah, I know
some
there's
of the
too many
screenshots
categories.
that you sent. I did see a couple of other things as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, just I'm not gonna go through them, but album of the year. You got Kanye West with Donda, Taylor Swift with Evermore. Wow, that was within the last year. Crazy. Olivia Rodrigo with Sour, Lil Nas X with Montero, Her, Back of My Mind, Billie Eilish, Happier Than Ever, Doja Cat, Planet Her, Justin Bieber, Justice, Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga, Love for Sale, and John Baptiste, We Are. Those are albums of the year. I think the only thing that people care about, though, is rap album. That's why I watch the Grammys, just to disagree with what the best rap album and rap song was. And I don't want them to agree with me. I like hating it. I enjoy to hate the Grammys. It's the best. So, best rap album nominations are J. Cole with The Off Season, Drake with Certified Lover Boy, Nas with King's Disease 2, Tyler, the Creator with Call Me If You Get Lost, and Kanye West with Donda. You guys got a pick for that? If you had to pick from those albums for best rap album?
Not Drake, not Kanye.
Yeah, I get that. Which Donda?
Well, that is definitely a fair point.
I feel that there has to be a very specific version of Donda that has been pitched as best rap album, because there's too many versions.
Or is it just the vague idea of Donda has been nominated?
Donda,
like the
Donda
rollout
as an
and everything?
idea, yeah. Donda as an idea for best rap album.
The 2.5 hour album, or the
Yeah, or the shorter album, or anything in between, the ones with the different dodgy mixes where you could hear like the earphone bleed in the production, and it was kind of god awful, but then it got better. I don't know. For me, I've been saying, like, since this thing came out, Tyler the Creator, Call Me If You Get Lost, that's my album of the year. I still think it's the best. Even if you got to put Drake and Kanye into the mix with their recent releases, I'm saying Tyler's album is better than both of those. I do love Donda, and as much as I love Drake, I mean, it's just an album with, like, some songs on it. It's not really anything other than that. There's, like, a couple of Drake jams that are good. Would I say it's a good album? Not really. I enjoy stuff off of it, but from, front to back, no. And J. Cole, The Off Season, like, I did really like The Off Season, but it was a bit too, this is just a very blanket sweeping statement, but a little too, like, samey for me, for the length of it as well. I just felt like there wasn't a whole lot of, like, peaks and troughs to the thing. It was kind of just, like, it was good to see him back, but I didn't feel it had as much heart as, like, other projects that he had, if you get me. But yeah, I'm going with Tyler. Gun to the head. Choices.
Well, I know J. Cole's nominated for loads of other things. I just hope he wins one. Yeah. For the Grammys are going to look at Tyler as a mainstream poster boy, so they're going to vote him.
Yeah, I would be happy with it, I guess. So. Mike?
Go
gun to the head.
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna take the easy option out, and like I just thought it's a really good year for rap in general, and I don't think it would bother me if any
Boo.
of those won.
Boo.
But what I would say is it for like, I don't know, just the whole way that both of them were released and the conceptuality of them and everything, and how much I enjoyed them. It would be between Donda and Tyler the Creator for me. I honestly, I know we joke about it all the time, and yeah, like what version of Donda and everything else, but like just the way that he done all those stadium shows and just like all the madness around it with the masks and everything, like to me that's gonna be burned into my memory like years on down the line.
Sure.
You're always gonna remember that sort of thing. So
It was.
But, I mean for more of a like consistent message, and like it's all done and finished and it's been put out there and it's a really cool idea, you would just go for Tyler the Creator, because like the Kanye album was so confusing and all over the place.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there needs to be like a new category for Kanye of just like conceptual idea, not even album. Like I mean, I don't even know what Donda was really. It was that Donda was essentially that joke of like people said ages ago of like Kanye's just gonna release like 60 minutes of silence and people will be like, this is the best thing ever. It's like that was kind of Donda. I mean, there is music there, but people didn't know what the hell it was, and they're still like album of the year. And you can definitely know that it was happening for a long time. But yeah, I mean, I do love Donda so much, and I've made my own personal cut. There's the maple cut now. I've made my own, and it's my favorite version of listening to it because there's too many different ways to listen to that record. But yeah, Grammy nominations are out. Get a look-see at them. I'm sure we'll be complaining about it in January whenever you watch this show, and we'll be like, that was stupid and didn't make any sense. I suppose we do our next news story very quick because related. Kanye West released the deluxe version of Donda, and I only say this because we missed last week's episode, so we're a little bit late to the game talking about this, but now there's a deluxe version of this on Spotify and Apple Music and all your streaming services. And to be frank, the thing is pretty much a total mess. It's good. It's good like the first one was, but my god, that track listing makes zero sense to me. There's like all these songs with part twos. I don't know how I'm meant to listen to it anymore. But it is there, and it kind of feels like this is what Kanye wanted to do. He released his little, what do you call it, like a streaming device, a stem player, where you can like mix things up as you go on the stem player. So it kind of seems like he wants people to just use their own, like choose whatever they want to choose. So like what I've done, and I've made my own version of Donda for the songs that I think work the best from front to back, and put them in the order that I think works best. That's cool for me. But like, you know, Andes, is that your new name? Andes can make his own. Money Mike can make his own. We can all have different versions of this, which is, I suppose, kind of a cool thing because there's different versions with different featured artists. I guess that's what he's going for. But if you just listen to Donda Deluxe by itself, it's a long listen. It's a long listen. And somebody made the comment that, you know, the way Taylor Swift re-recorded her album and released it, and there was extended versions of songs on it. It was so long. If you actually put them side by side, I think it's just a coincidence, but Kanye's album is 1 minute longer. 1 minute. And I'm like, oh, did he like extend an outro or something just to be like, of course he did. I want the longest album this year. And Taylor, I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna keep going. Oh, Kanye, man, I just love Kanye for this show. He's always bringing me something to this show. All right, what other news I got here? The Weeknd, he's discussed in a recent interview how the Grand Theft Auto series, well, specifically Vice City, had a huge influence on him musically. So it kind of introduced him to 80s music, is what he's been saying. So he said he crafted After Hours, which is the album that a lot of people say has an 80s nostalgic sound to it. He said it was because it reminded him of his younger days sitting playing video games in his room. So rather than actually being born in the 80s, it reminds him of playing Vice City, which is hilarious to me. And very cool, though. I respect it. The only thing we can hope is, well, he's obviously talking about the original Vice City and not this new Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition that came out, because, dear Lord.
The disaster.
That's been a disaster. God, if anybody who listens to this show has got that thing, please let us know how you're getting on. It seems like it's a bit of a mess, and Rockstar have now said that they're like apologizing, they're trying to fix it and stuff. I guess that's cool, whatever. But if you went to play Vice City now, he'd be missing all those iconic songs that got him so into 80s music.
Yeah.
No Michael Jackson.
They're not going to be able to fix that. That's a licensing thing. All they're going to be able to do is fix the horrible character models and
yeah,
bits and
I mean,
pieces
there's a
like
lot
that.
of things. As I've heard it described a couple of times, is it's like a what's that saying? Death by 1,000 cuts or 100 cuts or whatever the hell it is. That's pretty much the problem with that game. There's no one glaring issue with the remaster. It's that there's so many little things that just aren't right. If you're gonna call it a definitive edition, and then there's stuff missing.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem definitive at all. Although they did say that they were gonna add the original versions back to their, like, I think it's only for PC, but I think they're adding the original versions back so you can still buy them, because that was a crafty move. They made these remasters that were kind of, they looked better, but there was so much missing on them, and then they pulled like the originals from, like, you know, your PlayStation store, Steam, all those places. They pulled those all away, and I was just like, oh, so now you're forcing me to buy like a £50 version of this game that's missing loads of stuff. And then I got kind of excited because I have like the original games on my PlayStation and my Xbox, and I was like, shit, can I sell this for a lot of money now? Thought I might have been able to like do something with that. It's like, oh, this Xbox comes with the original Grand Theft Auto trilogy.
It's going to be like any PlayStation with
PT.
Oh yeah,
PT.
Yeah.
or any tablet or phone with Flappy Bird.
With Flappy Bird, yeah. Yeah. Quite nuts. Can you believe that was a thing? That people wanted to buy original Flappy Bird on a phone and they were willing to pay so much money for it? I mean, that's crazy to me. And yeah, PT, I'll happily just watch a YouTube video of it, or like a Twitch stream or something. I'll be like, oh yeah, that was fun, and then forget about it again. I don't need to play it again. It's fine. It scared the crap out of me the first time. I don't need to do it a second time. Last story. Oh, I keep forgetting to throw my images up if you're watching on YouTube. I've got all these images that I've brought with me. There's Kanye. So I forgot to throw him up while I was talking about Kanye. But
I think that's what some publications are using for when they talk about Kanye's album for the Grammys. So it's not just a black square, so it's actually identifiable by some
you
sort
can
of...
actually tell what it is instead of just like it looks like the screen broke whenever they try and throw the album artwork up. Yeah. I really thought he was going to change that artwork eventually. I really did. I thought it was going to be like an ever-evolving album where like the artwork would also change because he had so many different versions.
That's what we thought. Apparently that's what... I was listening to a podcast earlier on in the week, and apparently that's what Jay-Z's album was supposed to be, just a black square, but they changed it at the end to make it the picture of his holding his hat and stuff.
Yeah.
That was
I know, because it's very faint on the Black Album, but I like it better because it's more iconic. You know, This is the issue with people doing shit like that, is it's not original anymore to go so minimalist because it's already been done to death. It's like the Beatles were like someone will correct me, but the Beatles were the first people to do it, in my opinion. The first very extremely famous people to be like, here's an album, and it's just a white album. There's just nothing on it. It's just a white square. That's the first people to do it. But then Metallica have the Black Album, and like I don't know. It's been done too many times.
I think they have like a faint snake and coiled snake in the bottom corner, right?
Yeah, and I think the Beatles are the same. If memory serves, I think you can. I think the band's name is in like the top corner or something like that, but you can barely read it. But I mean, it's still, the idea's there. Donald Glover just done it a couple of years ago with his album, and it was basically a white square as well. and he didn't even name any tracks on it either. He went so minimalist, there was no track titles, it was just timestamps. And it's like, right, okay, it's very cool, guys. You just get back to normal things again.
Sometimes the most simplistic one, like Deftones have an album called White Pony, and it's like a white thing, and it's just like a tiny outline of a horse.
Yeah.
Or pony.
But I mean, there's still some form of artistic merit in it. I feel like once you start being like, oh, it's a black square, you're like one of those stupid like student artist people, and it's like, it's the absence of the art that makes it art. I'm like, okay. Or people start being like, this is what he's, it's for his mother who's passed away, and it's like, this is the blackness of death. It's like, it's not, it's just a black square. It's just a black square. It means nothing. And I don't think Kanye, in my opinion, he just decided at the last minute to drop the album. That's why there's no album artwork. That is my genuine opinion. I don't think it was a huge decision made. I think he's like, I'll add it later. And then people talked about it so much, he's like, oh, damn, right, okay. Sweet. People thought it was cool. All right, I'll do that.
Virgil Dubois was away on annual leave. That's why he couldn't get the.
Yeah, Virgil Dubois. Virgil, we don't know for definite what his last name is. Yeah. I actually have. Well, I have more friggin' Kanye news. Damn it.
But at least the black square is better than 12 pregnant emojis, right?
Yeah.
Surely.
I can confirm that Kanye
19
West's album cover is better than Drake's album cover. I will give you that. I will give anyone that. That was the worst album cover I've ever seen. Makes me want to barf every time I see it. So, in other news, Kanye and Drake squashed the beef, man. They got that beef and they squashed it all up. We knew that Kanye reached out to Drake previously, and we talked about that, but they actually got together. They squashed that beef. Dave Chappelle was there, the only person who could bring everyone together. Well, I don't know, people hate him now, but they're at Dave Chappelle's party. They're both together, and they've agreed to do a concert in December. It's very close, and it's meant to be to the Free Larry Hoover benefit concert. Performance by Ye. He's actually called himself Ye there. Performance from Ye and Drake. December 9th, 2021, Los Angeles Coliseum.
Was that photo not like at Drake's house?
What, this photo?
No, not that one. The one where they were pictured together on Instagram.
Yeah, I can't really remember whose house it was at. Was it Drake's?
I'm pretty
it was
sure
like
it was
at a
Drake's.
Yeah, I think it actually was in Canada. It definitely was.
And I think if you look at that picture, Kanye's wearing like a VIP pass or something. Like he's actually wearing a pass.
Well, that seems like a power play, doesn't it? You know what was my favorite thing? And it's something I wish I could pull up for you guys here, so we could all watch it together, but I would just recommend you go and watch it. Is the video of the beef officially being squashed. If there was a moment in time where it'd be like pre-beef squash versus post-beef squash, there was this moment where it was the most awkward thing I've ever seen in my life, and it's just Drake and Kanye standing together on, I think, Drake's Instagram story, and he's like filming, and Drake is giving it all, like he does his like little hand gestures, and he's just like doing all these hand gestures and stuff, and you're just like, yeah, Drake, you're really cool. And Kanye's just standing beside him going, ah. And I'm like, what is this? Like, is the beef squashed? I'm confused. I don't really know if this is a good thing or not. Man, I worry about Kanye. He seems like he's back on that booze, man. Thought he was clean for like a while, but I think he's going off the rails a little bit.
He did have a few drinks on
Drink Champs.
Drink Champs, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
there was a part 2, so.
Yeah, I seen that. Because I'm assuming they filmed it all at once, right? Because he was dressed the same in both.
They faded the last one when the first one finished. It like kind of faded out.
Yeah, I mean, I worry about him. I know I shouldn't worry about Kanye, fucking billionaire. But you're just like, I don't know. He seems like there's something going on as well, where he's a little bit he's a bit confusing at the minute. One day he has eyebrows, the next day he doesn't, and that concerns me. It's like it's a Britney all over again, where we need to not make fun of this man and help him because that's worrying. And he's drinking whenever he hasn't been drinking for ages. He's smoking and stuff, and yeah, I don't know.
It's Kanye being him.
Maybe
I would rather see him be like that than be a robot, I guess. Like
I really liked 808 and Heartbreaks whenever he was a robot. Do you remember that?
That's actually 13. That's 13 years old
today. To the day. Yeah, he was basically played a heartbroken robot on that. The whole way through. That's what he sounded like anyway. Right, I'm gonna get out of this quickfire news. Although one last one that this news story is not a news story. I just feel like we should all discuss Kyle Kuzma's sweater.
Wait, what? Oh.
If you're listening on audio, then I'm gonna have to paint you a word picture, but it's a ginormous sweater for a giant, but worn by a man that's not a giant, and it looks ridiculous. And I just think we should discuss it.
Is he not just like copying Kendrick?
A little bit. Kendrick did wear something similar to this, although funnily I don't think his was quite as long.
Yeah, he's trying to outdo him.
Yeah, everyone wants longer
everybody's
sleeves.
Everybody's gonna get into a competition now.
Where your sleeves are like literally dragging on the floor, even though you're like 6 foot.
The new red carpet thing where like the women will show up with like big trains on dresses and stuff. It's like all the guys are gonna be showing up now with longer and longer sleeves.
Guys just have long ass sleeves. Lady Gaga's wearing meat dresses. Like what is the world? What is this? This is the darkest timeline.
I don't get it. He knows he looks fucking stupid, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's no way you go out and be like, looking dope. Like, I mean, no. Looks like sweater for a giant.
Like, I know, like, the high fashion, what you see on a runway, and then what goes on to in the shops, or what gets out there to, like, is, like, edited of, like, it's such an extreme on the runway, and then they kind of, like, fine-tune it as it goes. Nobody actually wears them high-class runway
Yeah, it's not like
clothes.
It's at all, like, equipped for everyday life. Like, how did he get out of the car? How did he actually use the handle? How did he drive there? How you like handling a car in that thing? It's impossible.
I also get that it's an NBA thing to. He probably took it off as soon as he got into the chick. Like he probably just like once the cameras
he's like
were off.
fuck this thing. Like I mean this is dumb.
You know what, guys? I kind of get it. Is there not an element of comfort in longer sleeves? I like a jumper where the sleeves can go slightly over my hands. Maybe I'm just thinking
now.
the longer the sleeve, the more comfortable it is.
Well, I think we should look up and see how much this thing will cost you, Mike.
Was it Raf Simons or something that made it?
I have no idea. I just want to know
Raf
how
Simons?
much it costs.
That's what I'm saying. If you look up the Raf Simons, I think that's the designer's name.
I love how you just look it up and then you see like Kyle Kuzma roasted for pink sweater. And then GQ, Kyle Kuzma's giant pink sweater is actually good.
Of course it is GQ.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So if you want to take this home, and you're right, Raf Simons, jumper.
Yeah.
It's only gonna set you back $1,659.
There you go. And do you know what I do with long sleeve jumpers? What I used to do is cut a hole in them for your thumb.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like just because this is happening, and I've brought this up now, I kind of want to just share some memories of my favorite NBA fits here.
Russell Westbrook's always a great look. Russell Westbrook is always on it.
I always think of Serge Ibaka's ginormous scarf that he wore that time.
Russell Westbrook,
I mean,
and
that thing was ginormous.
Not NBA, but Cam Newton as well from the Carolina Panthers for the NFL is always fresh as hell too.
Look at that thing. Also, Lenny Kravitz also wore a ginormous scarf once.
He can put.
I love how he just ended up in that search.
But
But the thing about him is he's shopping in it. Like, I mean, he's just got like a bag, like he's went to the store.
Kravitz, yeah.
That's fucking weird. Like, I mean, that's weighing you down, man. Like, you're gonna have
pulls
back
it off.
issues.
Lenny Kravitz pulls it off. Cam Newton and
up.
Russell Westbrook are the best.
Where is? I really want to find the. Is any a high vis here? Russell Westbrook in a high vis.
See, build this
It's kind of fashion. Yeah, I usually think he looks cool. Rocking the skirt, I
Hey.
guess. Whatever. Where's that
dude.
one? I can't even. Oh, it's just breezy, man. Breezy. I mean, I'm not up for it. Like, I mean, I don't want to be cold down there. There's the one I'm looking for. Whenever he looked like one of Mystery Incorporated.
Yes.
Yeah.
He looked like
Oh,
somebody from Scooby Doo for sure.
Oh, you don't know his name.
Who? Fred?
Oh, Fred.
There we go. I was about to say you were
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that guy from Scooby Doo.
Oh, well, I was like, he kind of looks like Fred. I didn't want to go straight for Fred because of the ascot, but he looks like an amalgamation of all the
Oh, no,
Scooby-Doo
yeah.
characters.
Definitely.
Because
He's
he's...
got Velma pants
Yes,
on.
he's got Velma colors, but he's got the ascot
Just a
of
new
Fred.
member.
Yeah, he's like... This is Russ. Can you imagine? This is Russ Scoob. Yeah, I don't think he's solving no crimes. Probably not. But if they need some sick layups, you know the part where Scooby and Shaggy always accidentally catch the person? Like, I could see Russell Westbrook being heavily involved in that moment of the show. And he, like, I'll scoop him up and fucking alley-oop him here or something. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, that was quickfire news, so it only took 37 minutes.
What's time? You know.
What's time? Time is but a construct. It doesn't exist. It's limitless. We have all the time in the world, guys. How are you guys doing? It's a limitless time here. How's everything going? What do you guys want to talk about? I always lead the show. What do you guys want to discuss tonight?
Wow, pressure.
I don't know.
As
Nothing
my
really.
We need to discuss how time doesn't really exist. That is my favorite thing that Russell Brand will always say in interviews. And you see, whenever he's on something as simple as like Sunday brunch, they'll be like, have we got time? I don't know if we have much time. And he goes, of course we have time. It's limitless. It's just like time is but a construct, Simon. I'm like, yeah, I wish I could be that guy.
Russell Brand's great. He's good.
Russell Brand is great. I love it.
No,
here.
if you want to talk about Halo and the League of Legends TV show Arcane, I can talk about that, but I don't think anyone's interested.
I was actually going to ask you guys off the podcast. I think I chatted to you a little bit about it, Stu. Have either of you guys got a chance to check out the Kid Cudi documentary yet?
No, actually.
Prime? No.
I would
I
very
like-
I
was
want to
good.
watch it. I do want to watch it.
I was saying to Stu off air. It really, I feel like it depends what mood you catch certain people in. I can see, I had a couple of drinks watching it, and I found it like quite inspirational and stuff. But some of it like verges into like pretentiousness a little bit. I was saying to Stu, there's like one part where he has Jaden Smith basically like acting out these scenes of obviously like his feelings at the time whenever he's actually in real life he was going through something like that was properly serious, but for some reason then they've taken the artistic decision for Jaden Smith to like just a black background and like a bed, and it's like him acting out what Cudi is saying like as he's like going through his story and stuff. It's just a small bit, but there's a couple of moments like that are just a little bit eye-rolly. Like, you don't really need that. It's just like, just give me the documentary, the bio, and like all the info that you didn't
Suppose
know,
he's
sort of thing.
probably just trying. I mean, it's Cudi. He's just trying to do something different.
Do something different, and it definitely is, and that's what I'm saying.
It's an attempt.
That's where a lot of it comes off, and it can be quite inspirational as well, because there's other bits and pieces like he has like all dancers and stuff in through it as well as it's basically, it's not just talking heads, which keeps it interesting, if you know what I mean. And then there is a lot of information that I didn't know, especially about like his early days and like how he broke through and stuff. And I think like those first albums he was working with about maybe 4 or 5 different producers all on like the one album or something like that. So it has interviews with all them too, and they all obviously have their own different perspectives and all as well.
What a mess, Cudi. 5 producers on one record?
Yeah,
What are you doing?
yeah. But no, I found it really good. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I do want to watch it. I fucking love Cudi. And I actually wanted, again, we haven't spoken about this. We haven't really caught up for...
Talking about the dress he wore?
No, I wasn't going to talk about that. I was going to talk about the fact that... So, Andy, do you remember we used to always say how dope would it be if Travis Barker and Kid Cudi got on a track together? And it's finally happened, but somehow through the avenue of Willow Smith. And,
I didn't even listen to it.
Yeah, it's not very good. It was kind of a dream slightly ruined. Because we always thought that would be really fucking cool if Travis Barker and Cudi got together and done something like awesome, because he likes to integrate his alternative rock. Travis loves, bringing hip hop into his thing, and it's like, how cool it would be if they worked together on something. Yeah, it's kind of just a remix of her song Transparent Soul with a really like a Cudi verse thrown in that doesn't quite fit. It just seems like it's all been done after the fact, and probably didn't even have. They probably were not in the same room. Put it that way. That's what it sounds like, anyways.
No, that's
damn you, the Smiths. What are you doing?
No.
The Smiths.
I don't blame the Smiths. I'm gonna rewind to a few podcasts ago.
Do we just blame Jada Pinkett Smith?
We blame the Kardashians.
We blame the Kardashians
for
actually,
Travis Barker being the way he is.
Fair. Although, you know what? I think as far as the Smiths are concerned, we're gonna hear some really bizarre quotes over the next couple of days. Like, I can guarantee that, because I think Will Smith released his book, or his book's upcoming, so they keep releasing quotes from it, and they're just nuts taken out of context as well. Like, I read one today that was like, Will Smith said after the breakup of his first serious relationship, he had so much sex that orgasms repulsed him, and I was like, what? What am I? What? I was just trying to go through a casual scroll through Twitter, and like, this is what I'm getting. It's like, I want to know that orgasms repulse you, Will Smith. Like, whatever. Okay, scroll on. And then I read something about him borrowing like 10 grand from like a drug dealer to pay off debts or something. I don't know. There's gonna be some mad Will Smith stories over the next month.
He's everywhere at the minute, I think, because he's promoting that movie as well, isn't he?
Yeah, the
and
one where
there's something else
Venus
that
and Serena's dad, which I'm like...
King Richard.
I know.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to sound really annoying here, but it is just that thing of just like, okay, we couldn't just make like the biopic of the actual famous like sisters.
No,
we're amazing tennis champions, but no, it's about their dad. I'm just like, Will Smith plays the dad. What a weird choice. I was like, okay, well, we'll make it about that then, sure. Not those guys working their ass off.
You haven't even watched the movie.
I already give it a 0 thumbs down out of 10. You know what I could talk to you about that's definitely not music related, but definitely one of the worst things in the world. I don't even know why I did it. Just pure interest, I suppose. Watch that Home Alone reboot on Disney Plus. Holy
I was
shit.
like, did you not?
Holy good lord.
I watched the trailer.
Worst.
I watched the trailer out of interest and didn't even get to the end of the trailer. It was just like, nope.
My good lord.
No.
Like, put it this way, I watched a thing the next day that I think was called like Christmas Pup or something like this. Some dumb puppy dog Christmas movie on Netflix. Rather watch that a second time than watch the Home Alone reboot. One of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. Doesn't make any sense. They just like, they justify the whole breaking in. What were they trying to do? They've got 2 characters that like
they're trying to give the criminals like some moral background.
It's almost like what they did with the, like on a different scale entirely, but in The Last Jedi, whenever they done Star Wars, it's like, oh, we're trying to subvert expectations, but they did it too much. That's what they did in the Home Alone reboot, because they were like, this kid, who is, by the way, the most annoying kid in the universe.
Which is such a shame, because that kid is incredible in Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, it's not that he's necessarily a bad actor, but I mean, everyone looks bad in this thing. No matter who they are. Like, I mean, there's Ellie Kemper and like people who are good and funny people, but they're just made out to be absolute morons in this thing. Anyways, he's the most annoying kid in the world. He needs to stop for a bathroom break at somebody's house. Well, I mean, not at somebody's house, but he's like, I need to go to the bathroom. So then his mom sees an open house.
Spoiler warning for anybody who
Spoiler
wants
warning
to
for the whole
watch
thing.
This. I don't think anybody cares.
I mean, you know the general premise of the thing. People try and break into his house.
So the
and
toilet
he,
thing
like,
is how he gets
tortures them.
lost, is it?
No, it's not that he gets lost. It's just that they go in to use the toilet. They go into these people's open house, and they're randomly there, and he talks to the guy, and this guy finds like this old doll collection I think his mom owned, and the mother makes a reference that might be worth some money. So then they leave. He looks it up on eBay, which is definitely not an indication that it is actually worth money, but he seems to think because one's up for a listing of like some crazy amount, $200,000 or something, he's like, oh sweet, I'm rich now. And then he goes to get the doll but sees it's missing, and because the kid was with it last, he assumes that he has stolen it. So the whole premise of the movie is that they want to break into his house to take it back because his parents aren't home, and they don't realize that at first. But then once they work out that the parents aren't there, then they're like, we'll have to just break in and take it.
Why are the parents not there? Did they forget about him again? Like
they
Mike,
forget
no,
it.
no, don't keep asking
forget
questions, Mike. I don't want to talk about this movie anymore.
I'm genuinely
Please.
interested.
It's actually
Just
the
talk
worst.
me through the whole
It's
movie.
like the worst thing I've ever seen.
What
there's-
happens next?
Can I just say that also, because you ask, there is no hijinks in how they forget the kid. It's just that he decides to go and sleep in the garage in the car because everything's so wacky in the house, and they just leave without him. there's no like missing ticket or accidentally counting other people or all these like shenanigans that happen to.
They
literally forgot him entirely until they got there on like after like a fucking 10-hour flight or something. But yeah. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting there's comments here. Yeah, Glenn in the comments. Don't worry, no one wants to watch it. You're good. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
assume so.
There you go.
I give you the premise right here. I mean, that's all sorted.
Thanks.
Oh, my wife also says, oh, this must be going back to Kyle Kuzma's sweater. It's like Back to the Future Part 2 before Marty's coat shrunk to the right size. Maybe it's a futuristic thing that isn't quite right yet, and they're working on it. The technology's not up to speed. It's like, really, that thing should shrink in and fit him. Yeah, that's a throwback. Sorry if you're just joining us. There's Kyle Kuzma's sweater right there. Throw it up on screen again very briefly so you know what the hell we're talking about, and take it away again.
Guys. I'm telling you.
Yeah, what did I say? It's only like $1,700. It's fine. It's cheap.
I'm sure there'll be cheap knockoffs making their way to the high street soon enough.
Well, I mean, I could just buy like a
So
quadruple
some extra
XL
sleeve.
or something and be like, look, rich. I'm rich now. I'm rich now because my sleeves don't fit me. That's the new indication of how rich
Indication
you
of wealth, yeah.
are. Look how long that man's sleeves are. Oh, my goodness. He must have some money put away.
Well, he just came from a modern wizard school.
Modern wizard school on like a friggin' Hogwarts, living in the Dark
Yeah.
Ages.
Yeah.
Like a
Teaching the
up-to-date
old
one.
curriculum.
They've got Wi-Fi in this one. Like that would have fixed a lot of problems. Man, Harry Potter.
Shay. No, we're just.
Well, kind of shade now, not lie. Right, okay. I think we'll do, just because we didn't play the ads on the last show we'll do the ads for lovely sponsors who have definitely never agreed to be sponsors for us, and we'll get back into it right after these messages.
Hey there, fresh-faced creative in a youthful advertising demographic. Does your reading material have a distinct lack of cultural nourishment for your slowly decaying, malnourished soul? Stop! Put that garbage down. Everyone knows you shouldn't get your news from old mediums like paper. That's 2/8 century. Plug into the information superhighway, loser, and read a zine. It's like a magazine, but without all that dumbass paper. Read Stranger Days, the arts and culture e-zine. It's got music, comedy, art, poetry, tarot cards, cinema, year spaceship, comics, podcasts, and Jim Carrey. Read Stranger Days now, because between you, me, and your trusty canine companion, we know fluffy cuddles and easings are the only way to push back the existential dread slowly consuming your every waking moment. Hold back the darkness today with Stranger Days. Available now at strangerdays.wordpress.com.
If you want to wrap your ears around all the music we've been talking about on the podcast, we run a special playlist over on Spotify. It's called Distant Sound Waves. Here over at Six Set Bro, we always thought, well, what's the gosh darn point of doing a music podcast if you can't let people hear any music? There is a whole lot of legal mumbo jumbo and copyright issues that prevent us from actually doing that on the pod. So we thought that was a pretty good compromise. We make a playlist and it gets updated every single month. On the playlist, we have things like all the new singles from local homegrown talent that we've talked about. Maybe some of the bigger artists that we've had conversations about, we'll put those guys on there. Or maybe it's just something new that we stumbled across and we've been talking about on the podcast. It is all there. You can find Distant Sound Waves by searching for it on Spotify, or you can find the links all over our social medias.
We are Year Spaceship, a music and arts collective for everyone. Created by these two little scamps who grew up in Scarborough, Ontario, moved to Belfast, started playing in bands, and met tons of super chill, talented human beings. They met this guy who grew up in Jersey and also moved to Belfast. They started a record label together. They started a podcast, and they started a collective dedicated to showcasing independent music and art from all over the planet. The Year Spaceship Collective is here to shout through the internet into the eyes and ears of anyone who will listen. We want to hear about your struggles, accomplishments, and latest projects within the art community. If you're a musician, artist, writer, director, poet, comedian, animator, whatever medium you work in, if you're expressing yourself, we want people to see and hear your world. We want your stories on our Instagram page. We want your music on our playlists. We want to talk to you on our Six Set Bro podcast. We want to showcase your content on our YouTube page. We want to build a community. The Year Spaceship Collective. Avoid conspiracy theories. Keep art strange.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. As somebody in the comments has clearly pointed out, that last ad should definitely have a video with it, which I think was worked on before. I kind of just needed to pad out the time there because, you know, bladders. But everybody poops, man. Everybody poops. And sometimes you need a mid podcast poop.
Oh, I'm pooping.
It's okay if you were.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
I'd
it's
still be
okay
up
if you were. Still be up there. Yeah, you'd have to start podcasting from the toilet. Oh my god, we've taken a dip, haven't we?
I went to get another
beverage. A beverage. I think that's what everybody was doing, except me. I gotta man the station. No matter what happens, I'll always be here, captain of the ship. So I should mention, listening to our ads there. We do have a playlist, which you probably heard me talk about there. It's called Distant Sound Waves. You can find it on Spotify. You just search for it, and it'll pop up like this. And this is still our October edition. We will be updating this very soon with new music. But we kind of just update it with all the songs that we've been talking about on the podcast, and they're all there. So there's a bunch of new stuff that we're going to get on there very shortly, just in time for Christmas. Also, here's my maple cut of Donda. I just remember we'll be on here. I don't know. You can let me know if you agree with this. Well, I say, you know what? You see the start? Let's just cut out that Donda chant. Let's just get rid of that from the get-go and get stuck right into Hurricane. Need to get Life of the Party on there. Need Off the Grid. I think it's a pretty good version. I don't even know how long it is. It's an R20. It's still a lengthy album, but my god, is it shorter than listening to the entire thing, because that's way too much. That is just like...
Essentially what Stuart wants is he wants you to say you've organized a better album than Kanye did.
Yes.
Essentially what he wants.
Clearly. I want Ye to reach out to me and be like, oh man, you did it. You did it. I was trying to organize this thing and I couldn't figure it out, and you did it for me.
You're hired as my track
Here
listing
is
guy.
$1 billion. just as a thank you. He has enough money. He has like 8 of them billions. Welcome back. Ads are done. I am legally obliged to tell you to subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, why the heck not? Get on there right now. Press the button. I'm watching. Thank you for pressing it. Good job. And if you didn't, we're no longer friends. Anyways, NI Music Prize, that happened last week, which is why we kind of took a break from the pod. We were going to do it anyway, but then, we were actually all on the guest list for it. There's a couple of things came up for me and Andy, and we couldn't go in the end, but Mike ended up going to the awards ceremony for the Northern Irish Music Prize. How was it, my man? Man on the scene. Did you enjoy it?
I really, really enjoyed it. It was awesome. Having been in previous years, it's like, to me, it's really starting to gain traction as like this really big, very professionally done thing. We were talking about it before it happened, that there was going to be some sort of streaming element again this year after it went basically all streaming last year because of the pandemic and stuff. And we didn't know what exactly that would entail. Man, it was like a full-on like award show TV production in there. They had those big giant cameras that are on the arm that can like swoop across the whole stage. As the night went on, like people were getting more drunk in the crowd. I thought somebody in the aisle was gonna get taken out at one stage by them. But like it was all done really, really professionally. And then they were, did you guys watch any of it on YouTube? They were like bouncing back and sorry.
No, I'll be honest. I haven't caught it because it was so weird. I think up until the last minute, Andy and I thought we were actually going together, and then there was a bunch of stuff that came up and
Work.
Unfortunately, we couldn't go in the end. Because I was actually thinking at the time, I was like, damn, I'll just bring my phone with me, and I have like my little portable microphone that I bring. It's like I'm just gonna film some content for the channel, but obviously you didn't end up going in the end. But I've been wanting to catch up on the thing. It's a bit weird, like, the way things normally run here is like, I didn't even know the next day who the winners were for the longest time, like trying to wait for somebody to post it. I was like, somebody tell me who won it.
Well, it's basically because at the same time it is a relatively, like, I mean, you're talking like compared to like I don't know, like the Brits and everything else that has like massive teams or whatever. It's like literally everybody that's there. It is a very small music scene in certain regards. It's like everybody that's there putting on that amazing show, and like that's what I'm saying. It was incredible this year. Like, just keeps getting better every year. But everybody that's there doing that is then they're the ones that are waking up the next day completely wrecked. Like I was talking to Ryan O'Neill, who was like running about till all hours, and then was in Oh Yeah again the next day because there was an event on in Oh Yeah, and he just looked completely done. I think like he had to sleep for a little bit in the middle of the day just to try and catch up, but it's like they just keep going. But yeah, what I was gonna say, yeah, so like it was sponsored by YouTube Music this year, so they had like this full-on TV production sort of thing, and like last year the way they cut between presenters and then it was pre-recorded performances. I'm pretty sure it was all the live performances just filmed this year because they had like the actual technology that they needed there to stream that all live in really decent quality and everything else. But like if you take away all the work that went in and all the people involved and everything else, like the one thing that stood out for me that night that was absolutely incredible was just the performances, the people that they had on. It's just scary how good some of the talent is now in Northern Ireland, and like everybody that was up on that stage that done a live performance, it was 100% the finished product. It's like these people that are on the stage need to be pushed like further afield in Northern Ireland because it could be accepted by so many people, and like I'm finally like starting to feel confident that there's enough of like an infrastructure here and there's enough people to get behind people and actually push it further afield.
Well, we're not an official city of music as well.
Well, that's always going to help too.
Yeah,
definitely. They were talking about that on the night as well. They had like a little like press video thing in between whenever they were like changing over on stage and stuff, all about how that came about and stuff and what it all involved too. But the highlights for me, Amy Montgomery done an absolutely incredible performance.
Gonna say, everyone keeps telling me that as well. Anyone I've talked to is just like, man, did you see Amy Montgomery at NI Music Prize?
It was so weird. Like, I don't know if it was inspired in any way or not. I know that she's kind of like all into nature and everything, but like as soon as they came out on stage, I was getting complete Midsummer vibes, that horror movie. Like all her band were dressed in complete white and it looked kind of like cultish. And then she came out and she had this massive like floral headdress thing on. But like
I believe
the
I
song,
put that on the thumbnail actually.
yeah,
there it is.
It was very, very cool. So yeah, that performance was incredible. Sasha Samara as well.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed her live performance too. It was really good. And there was one more I was gonna shout out, and it's not gonna come to me now. I'm trying to remember how Ash played at the end of the night. That was great. I have to look through them again.
Was it all seated, Mike?
It was, yeah, it was all seated. Yeah. That was the only slightly weirder thing, having been in previous years. I was texting the guys in Civil Simian that I never seen on the night, but they were apparently there up at the back somewhere, and I was looking for them. It was a little bit less like mingly. You couldn't really, because there was all these one-way systems, and like there was like the mouse maze thing to get up to the bar to get a drink, and then you had to go around the one-way system down the other stairs again back to your seat or whatever. So I didn't really get talking to many people, whereas like last time it was all standing. It was just kind of like you were at a gig, so you kind of huddled around and get chatting to people or whatever. So but yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I think it's just getting better and better and more professionally done, and yeah, long may it continue.
Awesome. Wish you could have went. Maybe next year we'll do that. Hopefully next year there will be a culture night as well, and there'll be an NI Music Prize, and we can go to it and do a little bit of a thing for the channel. But yeah, what winners of the night? De Matrono for best single, and Saint Sister for best album, I believe.
Yeah.
Not my picks to win. Everybody knows my picks from the last episode that we did, anyways. But you know, whatever. I didn't put money on it or anything. I didn't like lose a bet. But you see, this is why I truly believe we need to make our own award ceremony for the podcast with really, really silly categories, because that would be funny, right? Let's discuss. I've already got the name. The name's picked out. Okay. It's gonna be called the Broskies.
Nice.
Which I think is a great name.
Have you mocked up a trophy yet?
I'll work on something. I'll get something
like
worked
a
up.
Thumbs up or something like that. It has to be very broy, whatever it is.
It has to be quite broy. One of these like mahalo symbols or something.
Here, before we go on, I don't even know how I forgot this. New Pagans was the other live performance on the night. Yeah. It was incredible.
They're the guys that I wanted to win best album.
Yeah,
still stand by it. Still think album of the year for me for NI Music was New Pagans.
Well, that was 100% what I was thinking too. Again, like getting into the fact of like who could be pushed like to a wider audience. Like, I mean, I feel like those guys should be handed that award and given the backing and getting pushed out and go and friggin' bring NI Music to the world.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think at our award ceremony, so at the Broskies, which will all be done through this podcast online. Well, first of all, I think we need to dress in suits if we're gonna do this. So I think we should pick a date. We should do the Broskies. We should dress nice.
How long do our sleeves have to be?
The longest sleeves that you have in the house. Like, really have a look around.
Yeah.
The longer the sleeve, the better. And we'll do the Broskies, and there'll be certain categories. Obviously, we can do best album. We can do best single, but everybody fucking does that. We should do best fashion sense. There's one for NI Music. Who's the best fit, the best That's young person slang for outfit, by the way. Best fit. I think that.
Yeah.
Or drip,
yeah,
best
yeah, I
drip.
was gonna
Oh,
say, yeah.
So I,
let's start.
Best drip.
Let's
yeah.
start writing these down. Oh, we're on to something here. We're on to something. I'm bringing up. You know, it's good whenever you're bringing up Notepad on your Windows computer. Why did I say it like that? That was
such an old man.
and I'm getting I'm getting older every day, buddy.
It's called the kids
Can't
call
stop
it.
it.
The kids call it the best fit because it's fit.
Right, we're gonna say we're gonna go with best drip. I like that. I like best drip. There's a category. I think are they all gonna be best?
No, well,
Best in.
Well, yeah, I don't like to be negative. There's no worst.
Best, because I'm thinking like hardest grind, best grind, hardest worker
Oh yeah, that's a
in
good one.
NI music. Is that best grind or hardest grind? It seems
I
a
wouldn't.
little.
I wouldn't call
No,
it hardest
sexual.
grind.
Yeah, it seems a little sexual whenever you say hardest grind. It's like, and next up for hardest grind. Oh, you know who it is. No. Best grind. I'm writing these. We've got a. Oh, it's a brainstorming session. I love it. Best grind. Like, what else? What else are these other award ceremonies not doing that we should be doing?
I know it's one that's in every single one, but should we not do one serious one, like live performance, considering, or something
Yes.
like that? We should do like
Best
a-
live performance. Best live performance. Best album. Best single. Best grind. Best drip. Best
What about-
venue.
Yeah. This is getting into two real categories though.
Well,
What
I mean, it
about-
has to be partially serious, right?
What about best hook in a song that is not words?
Whoa, that's really specific.
You know,
Best-
like whenever people do like nanas or hey
Ooh.
heys or whatever.
And is that
don't know
just
if we'll be
world-
able to-
is that global? Because I think we need it to be global. I do think there should be like a section where it's like you gotta specifically be talking about Northern Irish music and then go worldwide, because you know what we need to do? Biggest dumbass of the year. From all our Smarten Up dumbasses, we need to have biggest dumbass of the year. Writing that one down, that's a good one. But you know, I have to live in this country, so I don't really want it to be someone from here. Biggest dumbass of the year.
Well, Van Morrison it could be.
Van Morrison.
He could be. He's from here.
But I think we need to put up the nominations to get people involved a little bit as well.
yeah.
I mean, right there, you got to have Van Morrison, you got to have Demi Lovato. Who else is the biggest dumbass of the year? I can't even think of. There's somebody
back
else.
through
who's-
episodes, see
Yeah.
what we were complaining about.
Oh, in the comment, well, we got best lyrical genius. Whoa, that's a big one. I don't even know what is that worldwide or is that NI Music Prize? Yeah, best lyrics, but that is a good, you know,
Yeah, it is actually.
that's one to be like specifically the lyrics. Oh, best lyrics. We're putting this down. This is a lot of work that we're gonna put into this.
Also, getting back to real categories again. Weirdly, it was on the NI Music Prize a couple of years back, and it seemed to disappear again. I think they done one for like best music video before, but for some reason it's not there
Best
anymore.
music video, because people don't care about music videos anymore, but I did.
visuals.
Best visuals. I like it. Visuals. I've written that down, and then in brackets, in parentheses, musical video. Musical Betamax.
Could you do this would be hard. Best I don't know if you guys clock this sort of stuff as much as I do, because like I love gig photography and stuff, but like best gig photo
Best
that you
gig.
came across.
Best gig photo. So not even photographer, but we just pick the
like
specific
like
photo.
an iconic picture or
Yep.
something. Yeah.
Best gig photo. We might come up with catchier names for these closer to the time. I think this is a great idea. I think people need this.
It
People
also
need
does
this.
sound like a lot of work, but yeah.
I'll put in the work. Don't worry. You guys just show up in your long sleeve tuxedos, and I'll work out the rest. It's fine. Best gig photo. Most iconic gig photograph. I like that. Oh damn! It's just this year too. Wait, yeah, we need to do this every year.
Did you
And
have
I
one
need to
in
pick
mind?
it. I've thought of so many
Of all
that are
time.
really good. I gotta admit, I think that one of the most iconic that I think of from last year was that it was actually at NI Music Prize with the Wood Burning Savages. Whenever was it last year? It was probably 2 years ago actually. And the front
Yeah, I
man
think
was
so.
standing, and it was like the photo was like from the bottom of the stage looking upwards, and he was standing like in the power stance, but his guitar was like right over his head, and he was just holding it by the neck. I was like, that's pretty cool.
There's
And then
some
like a
strong
year before that was
contenders.
probably me at Romeo Indigo Romeo, where I was like smeltering the solo from Simon Hart's guitar.
That was good.
That was pretty iconic also.
There's some strong contenders from NI Music Prize again this year, actually. It's
Yeah.
Kira McMullen doing the photography there, and like some of the shots from this year are incredible.
We got to dig deep on this, and then I think combined, if we throw a couple of these together, and then we'll throw up some contenders, and we'll start posting about them. If we pick a date to do this, to do the broskies, I don't know. December's probably too busy. Maybe we do it in January alongside the Grammys,
Yeah.
and we'll compete
It'll
with
be
the
good
Grammys.
because January's quiet. I feel
January
like,
is quiet.
and the year's over, and everybody needs something to kind of like boost them back into the new year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also do feel like we need like some sort of sorry, I just thought of an actual one. I was about to joke about one. We need one where the winner's always Kanye because it's so specific to him. It's like, you know, best celebrity that has been married to a Kardashian and has kids with
So
ridiculous
like this
names.
year it won't be funny, but like after like another
Yeah,
5
after-
or 10 years,
yeah.
it will become funny.
After a while, it will
It's a
become
long-term
funny.
joke.
It's think about it 5 years from now, and you'll be
Yeah.
like, huh, that's funny.
Invest now for the humor later.
Yeah. Best celebrity with the last name West. Well, maybe he doesn't even have that anymore. He changed his fucking name. Anyways, I actually thought of a real one, which would be I know this sounds a bit harsh, but like best guest. So like the best guest episode that we did, like our favorite one based on the stories and the fun that we've had on it. It's like, can we pick who is the best guest for the year on Six Set Bro?
Are we picking these, or is the viewers picking these?
I don't know. Do we narrow it down to nominations and then we get people to vote?
I'm a fence sitter. I'm not gonna pick a best guest.
Yeah, you'll never
I
pick
like all our
anything.
guests.
Well, so do
equally.
I. So do I, but it's fun. It's fun. It encourages people to come on this show and give their best. I don't want you coming on here and giving me fucking nothing.
50%.
Don't give me 50%. Don't give me 60%. Give me 100, or if anything,
Why should
110%.
why
But
should
that's
the guest-
impossible because
why
you
should
can't
the
proceed
guest be giving
100%.
us 50 or 100% when we don't get 100%?
I give 100% every single night on this thing. Is that not obvious? My 100%. It's not very. It's a low standard.
This is it.
This is the
what
best
you're
I can-
witnessing right now.
This is the best I can do. This is literally the best I can do on a podcast. I don't know what else you want. I'm really giving 100. I'll never say 110% because it is implausible. You can't give 110%. You just can't be done. This 100% is all of it.
Outside of the box award, like a unique moment or something, or someone, something.
It's so
Somebody
outside the
did
box.
something
We don't
weird.
even fully understand
yeah,
what it is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
It's what we were talking about earlier. Kanye, best idea. Or what were you calling it earlier?
Best idea. Sorry, I would love a category that's just best idea. It could be anyone in the world, and it's just like, I don't know, like
I have a brutal explanation about what I mean, but I'll say it off.
oh god, Andrew, I don't know what that means.
It's
That's
not brutal.
horrible.
It's just outside the box, like just artists not doing the same shit every time I hear them. Basically,
Sure. Yeah.
basically, is what I mean. Outside the
I-
box, like not even just music wise, just like something like if you see a person and you go, "Oh God, I didn't expect that from
Outside the box award.
whoever."
We definitely got
unique
to.
moment. or
Sorry, all
something.
those guys, 4 guys out there in guitar bands, you aren't getting that one.
You're definitely not outside the box.
No, but they could still be part. But something about whatever could have been different and unique.
Like they had a good idea. Possibly.
Yeah, I think that needs to be. Yeah, it needs to be like a specific. That's a special award. The outside the box award. I think that needs to be a
Could
special.
be anything. Doesn't even have to be about music. It could be a interview, a behavior, a live gig. It could be a social media post. It could be a something.
Some guy who came up with a recipe for like pizza, potato chips or something. I don't know. And be like, oh, outside the box award. Good job.
Yeah.
Best TikTok of the year.
No.
No, we're not going there.
Is that one?
What?
Like best
social media post?
Well, not just post, but just in general, like their performance on social media. Like, damn, you good at social media.
Award.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it's called. Damn, you good at social media award.
I think we should call it the Zuckerberg Award or something. The Zuck Award. Zuck me off award.
Congratulations, you zuck.
I've written it down as Zuck me off award.
Are you gonna remember what that is?
No.
No.
I'm gonna put in parentheses social media. I think these are the special ones that aren't just a best something, but like a unique, like you're the proud owner of the Zuck Me Off Award this year, presented by Success Pro.
Oh,
Sponsored
the
by
comment section gets the out of box award, so like play every G chord with their toes kind of thing. I get you.
Yeah. Yeah. This song is all one note, which is a thing that somebody from here actually did. Actually, I think the song was called like the one note song or something. I think it was verse chorus first on that. I don't know. That's now we're in the realm. That's outside the box. I like it.
Somebody could sing a song backwards. Something.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then you reverse it, and then it's forwards. That's the way that works.
How many categories are you on?
So I've got
like
best
more
narrow
album.
this
Oscars
down.
here. Like we're getting into like cinematography and.
I've got best album, best single. That's nobody cares about that. That's child's play. Best live performance, best grind, best drip, as the kids say. Best venue, best lyrics, best visuals in parentheses musical video. Best gig photo, best guest on the podcast, the Outside the Box Award, the Zuck Me Off Award, biggest dumbass of the year. I feel like you need to end on one big positive one. And NI Music Prize already has best album, so we need to do like Hero of the Year or something. But I don't know what that means.
like as in like NI Music Hero. Like
I don't know, because biggest dumbass of the year, I feel could be anybody. I feel there's too many possibilities of dumbasses we've talked about.
So we're going wider here, are we then?
Well, I think for dumbass of the year, we should go global.
Okay.
I think all those other ones, we should go local.
We should probably specify this is like an international category or. This is
And now for
international.
the international nominees. Biggest dumbass of the year. Demi Lovato with "You Can't Call Them Aliens, That's Offensive." Van Morrison
I wish-
with Robin Swansbury Dangerous.
I wish we could have all the clips lined up.
Oh, if I have the time, I will work this out. Who else was it? You
Come
need
back
three
to, like,
three
4
nominees for
pictures.
dumbass of the year. I can't remember who's a bigger dumbass than Demi Lovato and Van Morrison in the last year. Yeah, no idea. I'll find out. So I'll have to listen back to our Smarten Up Dumbass episodes and see who else has annoyed me in the past. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Any
you
other
do
ones?
breakthrough, like newcomer, something like that.
Ooh, Newcomer Award. Yes, let's do that. Newcomer Award. These are special ones that aren't just a best something. I think these are the important ones. Outside the Box Award, Zuck Me Off Award, Newcomer Award. And then I think we just need something of the year. That is like the most prestigious award. That is, it combines everything. It's like, oh, you've been great on social media. You're outside the box. You have the best lyrics. You have great music. You're the whole package.
Teacher's Pet Award.
Hey, fuck off. I think we call it the whole package.
Sure. Lex Luger. The total package, Lex Luger. That's what should we call it?
Package of the year.
Are we gonna have what about a podcast employee of the year award?
Oh, best podcaster of the year. Best podcaster of the year. Dog Maple, Money Mike, Nandez, or Joe Rogan. Pit them all against each other.
Oh, here, Always Sunny podcast knocked him off top spot. Did you see that?
I haven't listened to it yet, but I assume that it would.
Yeah.
That seems hilarious. I definitely.
I bet you they don't go for 1,700 episodes though.
Probably not. Who's got time for that?
They'll probably do 5. They'll probably do 5 and quit like every other celebrity.
Yeah. They'll do a few and then they'll stop and go make a great TV show.
That's something similar to what they've done before.
It's coming out soon, isn't it? It's already in the bag.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think so anyway.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we've got some good stuff here. Best live performance, best grind, best trip, best venue, best lyrics, best visuals, best gig photo, best guest, Outside the Box Award, Zuck Me Off Award, the Newcomer Award, and I don't know the name, but the total package. Every you have it all. You've got it. You have got it. And biggest dumbass of the year, which is everyone's favorite. Yeah, you gotta save this notepad somewhere. I think we got something here, guys. Right. I'm gonna work on this in the meantime in between episodes, and then we will fix a date for the broskies, and maybe, who knows, maybe it'll be our first episode where we actually physically get together again and don't do this over a socially distanced like web chat, and we actually meet up to do the broskies. That could be a thing. Yes.
That sounds cool.
I feel like a lot of this episode is pre-planning, but I feel like we also need to come up with some sort of sexual idea for episode 69 because it's looming. It's 2 episodes away.
It's before Christmas, isn't it? Yeah.
It's before Christmas, and you know, all I've got is this. This is all I have to offer that episode, is to introduce it with this music that I've made. Like, is this anything? Is this something?
We need ideas in the comments.
Is this funny?
It's got to be something.
Is it funny now? I don't know. Sexy music, because it's episode 69.
No, you know what that music just does at this very moment in time is just, like, for people tuning in late, just makes it look like Andy's about to do something that's not safe for work, with his pink light on.
Oh, the pink
in
light
the background.
It just reminds me of that, what's that, Father Ted's like, welcome to priest chat or something. Welcome to priest chat. If you're interested in having a chat, or maybe just having a laugh, having a bit of a laugh, please call in.
I'll get a hot tub or something.
I don't know. It'll be the raunchiest episode yet. What do you see? Episode 69 is coming at you. I feel like this episode is coming to a close.
Nice.
Nice. Finally. Finally, said everyone. Usually we do this at the end. This is the part of the show where we usually shout stuff out. Anybody got anything to shout out?
Fuck, we didn't. I'm sorry to bring this up now. We didn't even. Do you hear about the YouTube taking away the dislikes and stuff?
I did actually. Yeah.
Nothing. You think
it's
that...
not really a shout out per se, but yes.
No, I know. That's
I've seen that.
Literally
it
just popped into my head now.
And Spotify took away a shuffle button as well.
Spotify,
apparently,
yeah,
Adele done that.
Adele. Shout out Adele. That's what I seen somebody else say, because everybody's got to be really annoying about stuff, and they're like, I wish Adele had just said, why don't you pay your artists fairly?
Yeah.
But yeah, she kind of gave off because, like, why is the main option whenever you load up an album on Spotify is the shuffle button?
Yeah,
it's the big button that's there, and it's like, Don't
But
put
was
that
that
there.
not was that a free tier thing, or was that on a?
It's
I
the
never actually
same
noticed.
for. I think it's the same for, like, if you're premium or whatever. I think
Oh, really?
the initial big old button that's at the top of an
The one
album
that
is
you
a
would
shuffle
hit
button.
first, yeah. Right,
Yeah,
okay.
that most people press is actually on shuffle, so you don't listen to the right song first, and you don't listen to it in order. And she was kind of like, we don't spend this time crafting an album from start to finish with the correct track order for you to mix it up on people, and them not even realize what they're listening to. So yeah, shout out Adele for doing that. Her album's out now. 30.
Good performance too. On Sunday, when was it? Saturday.
Yeah,
Sunday?
the like a night with Adele, one night only. Whatever
Great.
somebody proposed. I don't know. It was all emotional.
She's literally the best singer that the UK has.
Yeah,
Or
probably.
just the world has, probably.
Yeah, I'd say so. Although, did you see all the memes about her whenever she done that thing? And there was like all these things of her, like she was like throwing shapes, like doing like what looked like gang signs and shit. And they're just like, people are memeing it
still
so
images,
hard
was it?
because
Yeah.
they're just like, yeah, it's like a still image of just like Adele, and she looks like she's throwing like a friggin' West Coast sign or something. Like she's really getting into it. Just like, what the hell? What the hell happened to this really sad song? It's all hip hop now. It's all gangsta. I can't even. The memes are good though. You gotta look them up.
But the YouTube dislikes, do you think that does
I listened to
anything?
the dislikes on YouTube. No, I get both sides of the coin
Thank
on
God,
the thing.
guys.
It's like,
It's good for us. Let me tell you.
it's good for us. All the dislikes we get for our terrible show. I don't know. I've seen people argue both cases, but like, I can tell a bad video usually straight away anyways. I don't really need the dislikes to tell me. And I'm just not a dislike person. I don't jump to the dislike button to be like, I want to tell this person I didn't like this. Like, I just think it's silly. The comments pretty much tell you anyways. If you really want to go into it, you can scroll down the comments and people will be like, this guy's full of shit or whatever. And you're like, okay, sure. I'm not really looking at the ratio. And I kind of hate that it's a thing in life for like, I know I'm getting a bit bigger than this, but like it's the same with Twitter as well. And it's like, oh, check the ratio. And it's like, so dumb. Don't care. Just, oh, he got ratioed. Not even English anymore. Not even English. And it's all, I mean, I'm sure most of you know, it's ratio likes to dislikes, comments to loves on Twitter or whatever. Like, it's yeah, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Loves, the little hearts. Loves. I call that love. That's I'm very like, you know, I don't like to give that out on Twitter because like that's my heart, man. That's my heart. If I'm gonna press that heart button, I gotta really love this thing.
Really has to earn it.
And people are like, "Oh, it's just a like button," and I'm like, "No,
No, it's a love button.
That's a love button." It gets really deep. for me.
Episode 69. Bow, bow, bow.
We should make a love button, or a big aubergine button, or something.
Oh, dear.
This comment made me erect. Aubergine. Yeah, no wonder they haven't introduced that. Yeah, I don't know. To me, I don't care. I think it's just a false. It's kind of like a false narrative to be like, oh, we're trying to take away negativity from social media, whenever it literally doesn't make a difference. That's my opinion. Why? What do you think, Andy?
I don't know. Can you not, like
Mm.
algorithms and stuff go on comments, likes, dislikes? Is that not controlling the algorithm a bit? Like where?
It does, but that's the point. Is that it's still there though, right? Because this is my understanding of it. Is it's still possible to dislike? It's that you can't see it.
Yeah, it doesn't show up.
Yeah.
To...
So it's not that it doesn't exist, and the algorithm
other
still
viewers?
works. Yeah, algorithm still works the same way it does. If you want to dislike it, then it moves down, and if you like it, then it goes up. But it's just the fact that people can't see it. So then, people were having an issue with it being like, well, how am I meant to know if a video is good or bad? And it's like, watch it or don't watch it. I'm pretty sure you'll know from the creator straight away if you like them or not. And if you don't, then fine. Give it a bye ball. Like, it's basically making people actually watch the thing rather than just look at a big thumbs down ratio versus a thumbs up. And in that way,
And
I
then
think
they
it's
hit the
slightly
thumbs
better.
down before they watch it.
Yeah, they hit the
Like,
thumbs down anyway.
What's that, 5,000 dislikes?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
But I like, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't affect the algorithm anyway because it still exists. There's still likes, there's still dislikes. It's just that you can't see how many dislikes you're getting. And I think they've been playing more of a narrative to be like, oh, it's meant to help with the creator's mental health. And I'm like, right, okay. But, I mean, they'll still know if their video got ratioed and completely crushed in the algorithm.
So can the creator see the dislikes?
I
It's
think they
just
can
hidden
go
from
into...
public view?
yeah, I think on initial view you'll not see it, but I'm pretty sure you can go into the, like, whatever. You can go into the stats and you could look at it. Like, I mean, if you're a creator, you have the right to see that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it would stop stuff like, again, or getting from the comments, the urgent CPR how-to, but it's just a video of a Rickroll, and that would get instantly, like, disliked, and you would know that going in, but that's what I mean. It can still be disliked, and the algorithm will still push it down, so you're less likely to see that video anyways, so I don't really think it's that important, to be honest. I know, just my opinion. But yeah, as for shouting out, I'm trying to think of something. I actually haven't seen a lot of single drops in the last while.
I'll just shout out the thing, right? So our guest 2 weeks ago now, Jordan Alatunji, was on another podcast called The New Exchange with Ken Grand Pierre, and that was really cool. So I just thought I'd shout that out because, again, he delves more into his, hobbies, past music things. I think he actually brought up the story. Anyway, I'll let you listen to it. Okay.
Yeah,
But yeah,
well,
go.
so we know that it's up there. We can go and
Yeah.
check it out on. Is it on YouTube or is it?
It's on Spotify.
Spotify podcast. Yeah, go and check
And
it
the
out.
guy's,
Jordan is a great
Ken-
guest.
Ken himself is based in New York, but he has visited over here. He'd done something for the NI Music Prize. I'm gonna have to look that up, but in like previous years. So yeah, it's good. It's only about 40 minutes long.
Yeah,
But I just thought because that's what I've give it a
shouting
shout.
it out. I mean, I'll be honest. Like mostly what I've been listening to in the last like week or so has been Donda Deluxe. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's what I've been checking out. So like I don't even have much else on my radar at the minute, which is pretty bad. But them's the breaks. Kanye drops and I gotta go. I gotta go listen. Mike, you checked anything else out of the ordinary?
I just know that this weekend I have a dilemma because there's an awful lot of gigs going on and I don't have them all in front of me, so I'm hoping that I've remembered this, but like if you just look up the artists you'll find out the venues and all the actual details. But I believe on Friday night Winona Bleach are playing a gig in McHugh's.
Yes, that's right, McHugh's. Yes, first Belfast date in like 2 years or something insane.
Yeah, and there's they announced the support there recently as well, which is pretty cool. Big Daisy and Joel Harkin as well are supporting too, so
That's very good support.
that will be an awesome show. I couldn't find it there, and I could be getting my dates wrong, but I think maybe Amy Montgomery was actually playing in Ulster Sports Club on the same night as well. Maybe.
Yeah, I know that she's definitely playing there, but I'm trying to remember when.
If it's Friday night.
Yeah, it might
Yeah,
be.
but I'm sure it's out there somewhere. Maybe it's on her Instagram. I was trying to have a quick look there on the Facebook page, and I didn't find it quick enough. So just Amy Montgomery's playing a gig soon. And after watching her at NI Music Prize, it's like I want to see a full live show because it was like 1 or 2 songs she played just. So, yeah, that's pretty cool as well. Our boys Civil Simeon are playing on Saturday in the Oh Yeah Center. That's pretty cool.
Damn.
So, and also, I think I can't remember if it's Friday or Saturday of next week. Electric Six are back in the limelight.
Electric Six.
Yeah, there's probably like a whole bunch of other gigs, but I'm prepared tonight for a shout out segment.
Yeah, I mean, me too.
I like. It's good to see that gigs are coming back, and they're actually coming back like really fast, and like there's loads of stuff going around at the minute, which is great. Like if you're looking to get back out and watch live music, everybody seems to be doing stuff again. So,
like generally, it's a lot harder for us to even do shout out segment because you can't really pre-plan stuff at the moment. Kind of feels like if you're gonna write notes for a podcast and be like, oh, we have these gigs on, a lot of the time they're getting cancelled. It's just the way things are happening with COVID, and it's hard to keep track of stuff. So that's why we kind of, like, more often than not, we're leaving it to the last minute to see what's up there. And it's just a bit different to how we used to do the show. New times, I suppose, to live in anyways. And what is it, from the 13th of December or something like that? We're all going to have to get COVID passports to get into these places anyways. Yeah. That's a new thing to take note of, just in case you are thinking about going to a gig and you haven't actually seen this news. You got to get yourself a COVID passport. You can get a digital one. There's an app for it. It's pretty easy to set up anyways, but I assume that most places, if you go in, are going to be asking for this thing. So I got a QR code attached to it. I don't mind. It really wasn't that hard. But yeah, I'm pretty sure anyways, off the top of my head, it's like 13th of December or something like that anyways. But this is your public service announcement from Don Mabel. If for some reason at this point you don't know, but you're watching Six Step Bro and you've missed it on all news broadcasts, I'm telling you, you got to get a COVID passport to get into a show. just saying. So
what will you have? Just register and they just send it to you, I guess, or something?
You don't even
do it all on your phone.
It's basically literally all on your phone. If you get the let me tell you what it's called.
I think it's actually called COVID Cert NI or something like that.
COVID Cert NI. Yeah, if you download that app, COVID Cert NI. Go through it and it'll ask you to set up an NI Direct account if you don't have one, and then it'll take you through all the instructions of how to set it up. It's not that hard, although you do have to take a picture of yourself. Wish I had taken a better one because I was very tired. It was like midnight and it was just me sitting on my couch, like completely disheveled. And I was like, oh, I need this for identification. Okay. I didn't know they would attach it to the QR code. So now there's like this photo of me looking absolutely destroyed. Sitting there like, So
well, that's going to help whenever you're going into gigs. Like if you've had free drinks, it's going to be like, yeah, this is me.
So, yeah, I'm going to like show up to place and be like, I don't really know if this picture looks like you, mate. Hold on. Let me just get some absinthe. Do a couple of shots and then come back and I'll be like, yes, yeah, no, that's you. All right, so it is.
Come on ahead there. No.
Come on, so it is. Come on in, so it is.
So what was it called again? Sorry.
COVID Cert NI. If you download the app, it'll ask you, do you have an NI Direct account? If you don't, which I don't think I did at the time, you can just say no, and then you go through it. You set it all up, and then I think when you do, what you end up with is a travel cert. So if you're traveling anywhere, and then you'll see an option below, and it'll be like apply for domestic cert, and that one's like instantaneous. So once you do all the stuff for the travel cert, you can just get the domestic certification afterwards, which is the one you would need to go into bars and stuff, and things like that. And if you don't like it, go to the Christmas market. Definitely a great sort of festive place to go and protest. And protest vaccinations as well. Why not? Because they're all there. I've seen them. They're all there protesting, being like, "Don't vaccinate," and stuff like that. So if you really don't like the thought of that, that's probably the people you want to meet up with. Go to the Christmas market in Belfast. I'm not encouraging anyone to do that. That's a bad idea. Andy's already getting his COVID NI up right now.
Live setting up
on the podcast.
No, I'm just saying because I'm like,
he's doing it live for everyone.
This is why I'm like, I need something like YouTube dislike stats because I'm looking at this like got 2 stars. Everyone's shitting on the app. It's like terrible app. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna fucking download this now. I'll wait till it gets better. Fucking.
Do you know what I think it is? It's a lot of people that can't figure out how to do it.
How can it be a terrible app? I don't really get it. Like, there's nothing. Like,
it doesn't do anything for you apart from display the certificate.
Yeah, it's like quite literally. It's like bring up these, you have two options, and then it's like, here's my certificate. It's like a QR code. You can't see with the brightness, but that's literally all it is.
Yeah. No,
How can the app be bad? I don't understand.
Maybe just working wise or something. I don't know.
It was fine for me, anyways. I don't know.
Oh,
Not that I'm whatever.
one last shout out. The guys in King Villain brought out a single. I think it's maybe 2 weeks back because we didn't do.
That's right.
podcast
Sorry,
last
I'm
week.
forgetting about stuff from last week. That's right.
We'll get into it more, and also, this has been missing from the Instagram for the past couple of weeks. I might, seeing as how we started the podcast slightly early, I might stay up and do it tonight or else tomorrow. But it's gonna be our track. It's gonna be our track of the day, Cherry Red. It's basically, it's one of those ones that just makes you do that riffy face.
Yeah, the riff face.
It's very, very cool. So I highly recommend checking it out. And they have like a video up, like a performance video, just like a cool black and white shot thing of them doing it in like one of the practice rooms or something like that. But I really, really love that song. And it'll be up on Instagram, track of the day.
Nice. I do believe that Paper Tigers have a new single coming out on Friday. You've just reminded me as well.
Yes, I think I seen a teaser for that.
Yeah,
too.
and I think they're hinting at an EP as well. So there's an EP to come with
Yeah,
more
the
tracks
post was
on it.
saying it's like a little bit of a change up. It's not as
I think
heavy or
this one's a
something
bit
like that.
more
It's not-
ballady. Just by the description I've got, anyways, it seems like it's gonna go that way. But yeah, more from Paper Tigers too. Kingville and Paper Tigers. I can't think of any more that are coming because like it's weird when we have the disconnect of like missing a week and then you've got the stuff that's upcoming. But I think that will do it for shout out segment, and then we'll have a little look around. If you have anything coming out, please hit us up. Send us a message on Instagram, Facebook, wherever. And yeah, we'll shout it out on the podcast for sure. Any gigs as well. And I think that will just about do it for this episode of Six Step Bro. Stay tuned for the broskies. we're definitely gonna do that idea at some point.
Dude, I'm gonna try and make a long sleeve t-shirt. I'm gonna buy
Yes.
one of those tuxedo
Yes.
t-shirts and sew some extra long sleeves to them.
Make it as long as physically possible. That's what we need. We need that. Yeah, we will definitely we'll sort that out on the show. But thank you for watching. Obligatory subscribe to the channel. We could really use those subs. That would be great. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, but also follow the podcast on Spotify. That's the other place where we want you to follow it, or wherever you get your podcast, really. If it's an Apple podcast or whatever, follow us there, just so you get alerted every time that we do a show. It's been a pleasure talking to you. And our music prize is over for 1 year, but you still got the broskies to come. You still got the Grammys, but more importantly, the broskies. It's happening, boys. We will plan this over the coming episodes. We'll see y'all next week. 2 episodes away from 69. Keep picking it up, but it's gonna be nothing. We'll catch you next week. Thank you guys for watching. As always, good night.